Hello everybody and welcome to DanMachi 3 episode 8 anime review. So yeah, this was a really good episode, I thought. Had a bit of everything. You got hit with the feels, you got hit with some cool fighting with Loki Familia and the Xenos and all that earlier on, sorry. It was just a really solid episode, I thought. I definitely think season 3 has been better than 2. Like, that's just, you might disagree, but that's fine, but I don't agree with your disagreeal. Anyway though, let's crack on with the episode, see how it all went down, and do this thing. So we open up the episode with Dix. Remember Dix? He's a real Dix about everything. He gets killed by this Minotaur Xenos looking dude. So yeah, that's the dude we've heard about a lot. He's a big old Minotaur Xenos. He kills Dix. Dix kind of deserved it, but that's fine. Belle, we then go to Belle blocking Ween from Loki Familia, and Loki Familia were like, "What are you doing?" And then Belle shoots a fireball at them, as like a warning shot, and it says, "This is my kill, don't be stealing." And then he runs after her, and then Loki Familia were like, "Well, what do we do with this, guys?" Because they're like, "Well, you're not allowed to steal another adventurer's kill." And then I think it was Betty's like, "That's when we're in the dungeon, not in the city. This is all hands on deck. This is silly. We can't, we can't abide the whims of a child or something." And it's like, man, if only you guys knew. If only you guys knew. Loki Familia are obviously going to go after him. That's pretty obvious, right? But then up come the Xenos to all come help out as a distraction, I guess. And they're like, okay, we've got to deal with these guys now. But Finn, the leader guy, is like, hey, keep them alive. And they're like, okay, I guess we can do that. The Xenos, despite them being good, they're not as good as Loki Familia. Loki Familia kind of kick the crap out of them quite easily. It's not great. Fels shows up to help. He uses this adamantite golem spell, which gets one hit killed by Tione. Or was it Tiona? Tiona, I think, is the flat one. But yeah, she one hits her, and then Fels is like, well, crap, what do I do now? Loki Familia are the real monsters here, because they're too strong, basically. They're too strong. Ichlos gets caught by Gareth, I think his name is, the dwarf guy. And it turns out Hermes rescued Fels. I swapped him with Ichlos, so that Fels wouldn't get caught by Gareth. And is like, Fels, my dude, I need your help with something. And then off they go to help out Belkun. Welf wants to go help Belle and the Xenos, but Lily is like, if you help the Xenos in front of everyone, we're done. Like, Belle played it smart, kind of, but if you just go and help them, we're done for, and it's like, god damn it. Then the Minotaur arrives and is actually able to fight Loki Familia very effectively. So effectively, in fact, he kind of kicks the crap out of, like, all three of them, Tiona, and Bete. He's called Asterios. He was like the Minotaur, I think, in the old Greek stories, was Asterios. Unless I'm remembering wrong. I might be remembering wrong, but I think that's right. Could be off though. He also has a magic lightning sword. How did he get a magic sword? I thought Welf was the only one that could make that. Like, did he make his own magic sword, the Minotaur-san? Who knows? He destroys the nearby area and paralyzed all of Loki Familia with his lightning sword. He's smiling the whole time he's fighting, by the way. It's a little bit unnerving. Finn is then like, okay, screw taking it alive, Eyes, go kill it. And so Eyes does go kill it. She takes off one arm like that. It's pretty impressive. Their fight is much more even and very awesome. She's zipping all over the place, zipping and zapping with her Tempisto, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is actually the first time she's used Tempest in the, main series. I know she uses it all the time in Sword Oratoria, but here she uses it. I think it's the first time. But yeah, she fights the Minotaur. Ottar, who is Freya's like #1 dude. Remember him? He recognizes the Minotaur. So I guess what they're implying is this Minotaur, Asterios, is sort of like the reincarnation of the Minotaur that Belle killed originally, that Ottar gave a weapon to. That's sort of what I'm getting at, of what they're saying, like they keep the memories of the previous lives or whatever. That would make sense for Asterios to be that Minotaur, and also it's kind of thematically appropriate because, probably it was going to turn out that Minotaur is also the one that scared the poop out of Belle in the First episode? It was the first episode, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Uh, Finn and Gareth show up to help Eyes fight because she gets a broken hand or something. But then smoke bombs happen from Hermes Familia, the what's-her-name girl. I forgot her name. She's like a ram or I don't remember her name, which is pretty bad. Laloon is like her code name, nickname, hero name. What the name called? Adventurer name. You know what I mean? Like Little Rookie, her nickname, I guess. She smoke bombs, and that gives the Xenos time to escape, basically, because Fells was like, but the Xenos need my help, and then Hermes was like, don't worry, boss, I got it. So Hermes is making a trade here. He's helping out. He's helping Fells out, so Fells will go help Bell out, basically. Which, hey, works out great. The Xenos got away and everything. Loki Familia are like, drats, we've been bamboozled, and yes, they have. Bell is still chasing Weena through the town and everything. There are other adventurers, trying to stop her and protect the city. Fair play, can't argue too much with the logic, but Bell is firing on the other. He's like firebolt. He's hitting. Well, he's not hitting the adventurers, but he's hitting near them to stop them from attacking Weena. Basically, everybody thinks he's a bad dude now. He gets her into this arena area where there's a bunch of spellcasters who will zap Weena, and Bell's like, no, like that. And then that one-eyed dude. Remember him from before, the bald dude who's lost his eye from Loki Familia? He like launches a javelin or something at Weena and gets her through the gut, so she's probably not dead. Then the floor collapses and Bell and Weena fall, and it's like, no. And all the people are like, huh, guess that just happened. And then Gross lands on the one-eyed dude and he splats and he's dead. So and Gross is like, drat, what do we do now? All the other Xenos are like around the arena now. I think Ray shows up as well, the Harpy. They're all around that general area. So that they're all like, oh crap, what's gonna happen to Ween? Basically that's what they're all like, I think. Belle puts the stone back in her head, but that doesn't really work. Doesn't heal her. She starts dissolving and everything. Like when monsters die, they turn to ash or whatever. Yeah, that starts happening to Ween, and not good. She's actually kind of happy though, because in her dream, nobody came to save her, but here, Belle was there. God, this actually got me a little bit. I actually completely forgot this happened. So yeah, hit me in the feels a little bit. We see all the memories of Belle and Weena. She gives an ice teru or a daisuki, I forget which one it was. Probably a daisuki, that's cuter. And then she turns to ash. It's like that in his arms, and it's like, God, that actually hit me. Imagine if she had stayed dead. Yeah, it's sort of a cop-out, right, Fells' thing, but it gave them, in the long run, what it did is it gave him hope a little bit, because Fells uses his revival spell, what's it called, Dia Orpheus, which, Orpheus can't learn Dia. He's a fire user. Haha. You get that joke. Thumbs up. It's magic. They say like they're all watching because there's a big old light, and they're like, "What the hell is that light about?" Magic that transcends knowledge. I think Freya calls it a miracle, so I guess it's not exactly magic. It's like ancient miracle magic or something. Brought Weena back in her normal form. She's alive. She's just sleepy, so that's good. This is the first time Phil succeeded in ever 800 years. He's like, maybe these 800 years were worth it all. After all, it wasn't a waste because I brought one back. But the question is, why did it work? I like that it gave him hope, because now it's like, okay, it's not been a waste. But it's sort of a cop out bringing her back, isn't it? Just a little bit. Like I really like this whole episode, as I said. But there is a tiny part of me that's like, come on, you can't just revive people like that, At least. It doesn't look like it's going to be like a recurring thing. Like he's like, oh yeah, it's the first time I succeeded in 800 years. Presumably, he can't use it all willy-nilly. It's probably something to do with everybody wanting her to come back and everything. If it is a miracle, it's probably based on some arbitrary concept like that. I don't know exactly what it is. It's probably written down on the wiki or something. But I am unaware. We then have a post-credit scene where it's kind of nice. Everybody's thanking Belle. It's like, they are just regular people now. Like, I think Ray is crying like, thank you, Belle, you did so much for us, you're a great guy. And Belle is just like, I'm a hypocrite, I'm bad, well, I endangered the people and everything. And Fell says, hey, was it something about like heroes were always fools at the beginning? So he's like, be a fool, Belle. Basically, be a hero. It's sort of how I look at it. You the real hero, Belle. Later on, Belle gets a slap from Aina because he says that she's like, did you endanger all these people? And he's like, yes, I did. And she's like, wabam, bitch. But no, she didn't slap him because you endangered all these people. She slapped him because there is no way that I believe that you did that. It's because you were being selfish. Basically, she knows he was fighting for something good and right and just. And the slap was more for him lying and trying to be the bad guy. When he's not the bad guy, he's a great guy. And that was where we ended, I think. Yeah, I think so. That was where we ended. Like I said, good old episode it was. Really liking this season. I've read the light novels, but with season 2, I felt I was a bit let down. But season 3, I think, is good. Maybe it's because I don't remember season 3 as much. But the stuff I really remember is coming up in the last third. So you know, let's do those parts good. Let's do those, specifically those fights. If you've read, you know those fights. Let's do them really well, please. Yes, please, let's do that. Anyway, what was my favourite part of this week's episode, though? Let's check that out. It was actually a tough decision because, you know, the whole revival thing, while I think it was a bit like, come on, it was good. You know, the bright light and everything, it was well animated. This whole episode felt really well animated. But no, speaking of, I'm going to go with Eyes versus Asterios. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Is it Astreus or is it Asterios? I can't remember. I'm going for that because it was good. Eyes finally returning to the limelight since, I mean, she didn't do much in season 2. This season she hasn't really done much until now. You know, she hasn't had much of a time to shine since season 1, Sword Oratoria, you know? And I guess that, you know, she does most of her cool things in Sword Oratoria, so that's probably why. But, hey, she's part of the main series too, so it's cool to see her doing a cool fight again. Remind you how strong she is when you think Asterios kicked the crap out of Loki Familia, but then Eyes, it's much more even. I'm not going to say she was winning, but it wasn't overwhelmingly so. So Asterios is a pretty strong dude. I think we can all agree on that. And it was just a good fight. She was zipping and zapping all over the place. Her speed versus his power, I guess. It was good, and I'm a bit gutted it got interrupted. But hey, you can't kill off either of those big characters that quickly. I get it a lot. Anyway, though, yeah, let me know what you thought about the episode, because I thought it was really good. And I want to know if I'm just overhyping it, or if it was actually really good, because I thought it was really good. Thank you, everybody, for watching this review. I will see you next week, hopefully on Friday. That's another thing. Sorry this episode's late. This review is late. I was playing catch up because my internet was down Thursday, so I moved Thursday to Friday, moving Friday to Saturday. You know, just playing catch up, basically. I'll see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye, guys.